Let's start the second part, that is diversity in the living world. What do you mean by diversity in the living world?
Many things in there.
Yeah, many things on the living world. Different animals. If you see the picture here, there are many different animals seen. Okay, like elephant, monkey, this buffalo, or different animals. Diversity means on our earth there are many different animals. Okay. Now let's see how many animals are there estimated. Okay. The number and types of organisms present on earth refer to biodiversity. The number and types of organism present on earth refers to biodiversity. How many and how many different types? Types and number. Number of species described is around 1.7 to 1.8 million. Different animals are there or different living organism. 1.7 million to 1.8 million. Okay, there are 1.78 to 1.7 to 1.8 million different species. Now the word described means we have found this many. We have found, the scientists have found this many.
Sir, we have come to ask permission from.
Yeah.
Sir, we have substitution now.
Hmm.
Okay, sir.
The number of organisms described is 1.7 to 1.8 million. Okay, 1.7 to 1.8 million means described means we have found. There are many organisms yet to be discovered. Okay, many different organisms which the scientists have not yet found also. So there will be many. So next is your taxonomy. Okay, taxonomy is the study of identification, classification, and nomenclature. This is study of identification, means this is study of organism where they will identify the organism. Once identified, they will classify it to different groups. Like some may belong to the group of lions, some may belong to the group of dogs. If you say plants, some may belong to group of cactus like bryophyta, thallophyta, pteridophyta, angiosperm, gymnosperm. So like that they can classify. So if bacteria, some may be classified to eubacteria and some may be classified to archaebacteria. Based on the identification, they will identify, they will study the characters and then they will classify. And afterwards, once they are classified, there will be nomenclature of the organism. Nomenclature means they will name the organism, naming of the organism. Diversity in the living organism world. Systematics. Systematics means systematics deals with evolutionary relationship between organisms. So systematics deals with evolutionary relationship between organisms. What does this mean? Means how the organisms are related to each other and how they are evolved. Evolutionary relationship, how it is evolved and related to each other. We are related to gorilla, tigers, cat. They will all be related to one common animal first. Okay, tiger, lion, panther. They are all related to one common ancestor. Directly, we did get this new organism. This is called evolution. Evolution means from simple to complex. Initially, it was only one single cell organism. Then it became multicellular. Then bacteria, then fungi, protista, like this, animals, plants, they have evolved. But there will be some relationship. For example, you, your father, your dada's dada, they are all related. Okay? Your family tree. That is called evolutionary relationship. Okay? Somewhere we will be having one common family member. Okay, we all have evolved from Homo sapiens, that Homo erectus, Homo habilis, the organism. So some way or the other, we will be related to one organism. We will have some common ancestor. That is called relationship. Next, this was a book called Systema Natura. Okay, Systema Natura is the book written by Linus. So this was the book, and what does Linus has given? In previous chapter we had studied the two kingdom classification. The two kingdom classification was given by Linus. What he says that we can classify organism into two kingdom. Which are the two kingdom? Plant and animal. He classified organism in plant and animal. Next, this is the process of taxonomy. Basic process. What they will do in the taxonomy. Taxonomy is the study of characterization, identification, classification, and nomenclature. First, they will identify, then they will classify, and then they will be nomenclature. That is giving the name. So, first process is to characterize. Write all the characters of the organism. You found a new organism, study all the characters. Okay. If say plant, see how the leaf is, see how the fruit, see how what is the size of the fruit, see how many internodes or nodes are there. Okay. Then see the root system, whether taproot or fibrous. Okay. These characters we'll study first. Then we will identify the plant. Okay. Try to identify whether it is somewhat same. If it is new, then classify. Okay. Classification means now you'll see, okay, cactus, all the leaves are spines. So if you see one plant with spines, leaf, then you can say, okay, let us give it to, classify it to cactus. Afterwards, you nomenclature, write the name. You have to name the organism, the plant. Okay. Now, basic process of taxonomy is characterization. Understanding of characters of organisms such as external and internal structure. So you understand, you find a plant, you have to understand the external as well as internal. Externally, you see how it looks, what is the color. Internally, you take a section and observe under the microscope. Structure of the cell you study, development process and ecological information, where it is found. All plants will not be found everywhere, okay, etc. You have to study. Then identification. Is it correct description of the organism so that the naming is possible? Okay, you have to find whether it is correct description of the organism. So then you can name the organism. Then you have to classify. It is grouping of organism into convenient categories based on the character. So your new organism, you see what are the characters. Initially, we have already have the 5 kingdoms. Kingdom Monera, Protista, fungi, plantae, animalia. So those characters are already written in a book. You write your character of the organism. You compare your character with all the characters which are already present. And just see where it matches exactly. And in that, you have to group it in that group where the character is matched. Okay. So based on your comparison of the characters which you have written and the characters which are already given by different scientists, you can compare and classify it in a particular group, okay, based on the character. Finally, we have the nomenclature, okay, very important. Nomenclature is like naming, okay, naming. It is the standardization of names of organism such that the organism is known by the same name all over the world. Okay, this is a standard name. So that you give the name and this name is known all over the world. Just like how we have SI, Standard International Standard Unit, meter, then seconds. Okay, like this we have to name because different organisms are named different in different states or different countries. Dog, kutta, okay, cow, bears, different names are there. But in biology or in taxonomy, we have to give them a scientific name. And this name will be used all over the world, mostly by the scientists or biologists. The system of naming with two components is called binomial nomenclature. So we will be studying about binomial nomenclature. What is bi? Bi means two, and nomenclature is naming. So there will be two names given. It was proposed by Linus. It was proposed by Linus. Now let us see the two naming system. Botanical names are based on the rules which is given by International Code of for Botanical Nomenclature. Zoological names are based on International Code for Zoological Nomenclature. What is now this botany and zoology?
So like animal.
Yeah, botany means all the plants. Zoo means all the animals. So if you are naming a plant, if you found a new plant and if you are naming a plant, you have to follow the rules which are based on International Code for Botanical Nomenclature. And if you found a new animal, how you will come to know whether it is plants or animal based on your characters. You will first see the character. Cell wall present, then it will be going to plants or bacteria. So if it is an animal, you have to follow the rules given by International Code for Zoological Nomenclature. So these full forms are very important. Okay. Now here, this is the mango name, Mangifera indica. Okay. These are all Latin names, Mangifera indica. The mango which we ate just now, it is Mangifera indica. And tiger is Panthera tigris. Tigers botanical or zoological name is Panthera tigris. Then here universal rules for binomial nomenclature. Important part. Okay, universal rule it is. So first is scientific names are in Latin or Latinized and written in italics. When handwritten, they are underlined separately. So first thing, they are names in Latin and they are written in italics. What is italic? Font. It is cursive, right? Not straight. Cursive. Italic means slightly bent. Okay. They are written in italics. When handwritten, okay. So they are written in italics means when you type, you can give the font italic. You can give italic. There is an option in Word for bold italic. There only you will get that option. So you can give italic. But when handwritten, you cannot, everyone will not have that cursive handwriting. That italic thing, everyone will not have. So in that case, if you are writing it in hand, you have to underline both separately. You have to underline. So very important. In your exam, if you write any scientific name of organism and if you don't underline, it will be 0. They will not give you marks. The first word is the genus name. The first word is the genus name, generic name, and second is the specific name or species name. Now this genus and species we'll learn later. So first name here, Mangifera indica. This Mangifera is the genus name. Indica is the species name. Genus name, if you see how it starts, genus name M. Is the M small or capital? Genus name will always start with capital and species name always with small. So don't do the mistake of writing capital M and capital I. Okay. Author's name appears at the end of the biological name. If the author want to, if you have found an organism, you have named an organism. If you want your name to come in that name, then you can write here. Example, Mangifera indica Lin was given by Linus. Mangifera, okay, indica Lin. Homo sapiens Lin. Homo is the genus name, sapiens is the species, Lin is for Linus. Then taxonomic categories, that is classification, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. This is how you will classify. How many kingdoms you have studied? 5. So all these organisms will be classified only in 5 kingdoms. Then there will be different phylums, different classes, order, family, genus, species. Okay, the classification part we'll study in next class. To remember this kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species, you have to know this word letters. Keep pond clean or frogs get sick. Keep pond clean or frogs get sick. Keep for kingdom, pond for phylum, clean for class or for order, frogs for family, get for genus, sick for species. Okay, this we'll see in the next class.